Well, howdy friends and survivors, welcome back. Yes, this is the big update 1.4.2. It is finally here. Now we are of course back at our bunker. I'm quickly kind of just showing off some of the loot, the layout. We got a bunch more storage kind of propped down here. You can see all of our ammo here. Getting ready to build 2 weapons lockers, I think, on those other storage crates. Here's the main 3, of course, this one being where our kind of resources, building materials are. We do have some kind of other odds and ends, building pieces maybe for outdoors. This one's pretty much empty, and then some other storage inside of storage. So that's what the base is looking like. The biggest update right here, you can see the new journal UI completely overhauled. I think it looks fantastic. Just the style, right? Art, the colors, everything kind of pops. It looks really cool. Very on theme, I believe. So this is kind of where it's broken down. Info, of course, our skills right here. We do upgrade. So now we have our parkour. We're 1 point away from leveling up again, actually, which is really nice. And then the last tab is quests. Now it's very limited scope on this first iteration of it. But there's plenty more to come. Lots more to kind of expand and build off of this, but this is definitely the foundation and what we're going to see, what the game's going to be turning into down the road and with continued updates. One of the new POIs, Whitewood, you see it right up here. We actually go visit this as well. Pretty cool. A bunch of buildings, some good loot, and nice way to kind of start filling out the map. Here on our way, we actually ran into this Bandit Camp, so we take these guys on, and, well, you'll see how this goes. Now, for whatever reason, I could not shoot that turret. I tried shooting the actual turret. We shot the generator probably 20 or 30 times. Once with the sniper. Later on, I'll be using the pistol for like almost a full magazine. And I believe the AK as well, but could not get it to blow up. So I don't know if my game was bugged or something changed. I couldn't see anything in the patch notes either. So anyways, this guy was flanking me. Yeah. We kind of played cat and mouse for a little bit. Then we go in here. And, of course, loot up and get back out. Yeah, so, and here we are arriving at the new POI, the new town. It's fairly large, several buildings, some hidden loots around. Overall, actually not that bad. Of course, depending on, your spawn-in loot settings and zombie settings, of course, it might differ from what we experienced here as well, but we first go into this. It's like a grocery store of sorts. Which part of the update as well? Canned food will now require a can opener in your inventory in order to open it and eat it. Forgot about that. I did not find one today either. So these normal canned baked beans and whatnot requires a can opener. So we haven't found that yet. I don't know what it looks like or how much space it takes up. The can of tuna, that has like the pull top lid, you are able to open up those by hand. So I did notice that, so keep that in mind going forward. Keep a lookout for a can opener. And here we get the first look at one of the new updates too, of course, themed for Halloween. I believe these will be taken out once the next update comes. But there are some themed pumpkin heads. We actually found this one and in a separate one. This one has like the cowboy or like the ranger hat on it. So yeah, we put that on there. Now we're a big old pumpkin head. Ranger Jack skeleton or something. I don't know. It's pretty cool. It actually does offer protection. I think it's like 5 or 6%. So that's kind of cool. Right in time for the Halloween holiday. Yeah, and right here we found the first book. So these you can learn kind of extra passive skills by reading. This one was fishing. So that you can see there, it actually gives you a 3x multiplier to your passive stats, which we will show off here, and you can check it right after you read it. You can go back into your journal, and you get a 3x little bump. So keep on the lookout for those books. It will be sold by a vendor as well in all the safe zones. There you go. Fishing is a 3x multiplier. So if we do more fishing, yeah, we can up that stat a little bit quicker. Kind of cool. And after failing many times getting these safes open and lockers cut, we finally got in here. We did get another credit, which is nice, and that brings us up to 4. A cool update too is now every safe zone is going to have a wandering trader, like the black market trader, inside of the safe zones. So that's cool. So you can always know where to find one instead of just kind of randomly roaming, and they still will roam. They also adjusted the price of credits, so if you want to buy credits, they used to be like 20 to 35,000. I believe they're like only $1,000 now, so you can actually buy credits with cash. So keep stacking them bills. And in addition to the passive skill books, which what we saw, and you'll see a few more here too once we get towards the end back into the safe zone, there's also passive skill magazines. So once you read the magazine, that'll add a certain amount of XP to whichever passive skill as well. So you get more XP, and then the books help you get a multiplier of that passive skill. So I think like with the fishing, you saw that you could catch like 3 times more and like more rare fish and whatnot, and then the magazines are going to help you get more XP for doing said skill. So that's kind of cool. A bunch of new items. There's 2 new legendary weapons. One's called a Survivor, and the other one's a Deadeye. So our legendary hunt has expanded. There is some more common weapons. The Spaz 12. There's an MP7 with a mag. A FAMAS. I'm going to look for that one. A Noise Maker. There is a couple new melee weapons. Now, there is a tool cabinet. We didn't really get to look at that. I'm assuming we should be able to also craft that. So a tool cabinet, which is used to store crafting materials. That'd be really, really nice. You saw at our base, we have that military crate kind of storing all of our stuff. There's a small survival backpack. A secret intel laptop. I believe that's going to be used for the questing. Keep a lookout for that. The Spec Ops helmet, which we actually had on us. You saw that there was no more night vision, so that item has been separated and removed. We're gonna have to switch out our helmet because it's not compatible, like backwards. So now, check your helmet if there's a spot into it. If you double click on it, open it up, you'll see a spot, and you can add night vision goggles to it. We actually have two. There was a civilian one, which you saw was rare, and then we have a rare military one. That one's gonna be a little bit better, kind of the one that we had before. We saw the books, all the magazines. The loot all button had been added. You might have noticed that. There is a loot all button from all the containers. There is a new, like a melee attack, like a stomp or a kick, which will be nice to hit those ground crawlers. They added a concrete mixer loot container, so we'll have to look at that one as well. Fitness is a new passive skill, which will affect the time it takes to start regaining stamina. And some of that has been tweaked too, just kind of like the default settings have been tweaked. New player spawn locations. There's an functioning shooting range. Targets were added to the shooting range. If you go back to the main menu, you can do that. The safe zones are, you can no longer attack from them. You'll see a little icon that says no attacking when you're in there. Zombie bosses will now lock onto your position and head towards you, like if you're sniping them. They're not just going to stand there like idiots and take it. So that's kind of cool. Very cool. Litter on the ground added to the built-up areas. Some more litter. We can't remove it yet. There's actually more of it now. And a new difficulty option, which is peaceful. No zombies and any real threat. I'll put the rest of the notes down below. Check it out on Steam. The patch notes are pretty detailed, and there's a lot of other changes and fixes. So really, really exciting times, and definitely looking forward to what's coming next because it's only going to expand from here. So this was pretty much the end of it right here. That is a empty building, multi-story, empty building, completely empty. You could definitely build in there. It's the hospital layout, if you're familiar with it, which is pretty cool. And then right above Whitewood was this church. Not a whole lot of loot in there, but of course we had to go check it out and get that thumbnail screenshot. Judgment Day is here. And so we finally made it back. This is where the quest was taking us. You can see it in the top left. Boom. Quest completed. Entering the safe zone, which is dope. You can talk to the vendors now. There's going to be a little bit of dialogue options, which is kind of fun. That's going to be expanded on as well. There's just a few options as it is right now. But what I've been told is that's going to go way more in depth throughout the upcoming updates. So yeah, it's kind of cool. They all have their own little lines, dialogue options, if you will. Here's the normal 3, and then there's that book vendor, which is kind of cool. So that has been added. You can buy books. I believe magazines too. We'll see right here. Of course, buy and self. Yeah, and that's pretty much where we wrapped it up. Of course, we got to say what up to the Doge. And we left it off right here. I know this is kind of where we were at last episode. That's just where the quest line took us, and we really wanted to kind of see how that system worked. So a lot more coming. Happy Halloween for everybody celebrating. Have fun. Be safe. Keep it trippy. We'll catch y'all real soon.